So here's some tips for doing your If You Give a Mouse a Cookie project. First, to start it, you'll need to go to Challenge Storyteller and then click Spinoff. You should have this done already, as it should have been done earlier this week in class. So once you get to the spinoff Save As, change the title just so you know what it is and hit Save. That way, anytime you go in to your projects, you're going to find what you need. Now, even though it's got its own title, it's still going to have code from what you were doing before. So what I'm recommending you do is go on in and get rid of some of the code that started in there. Keep the variable current scene because you're going to need that. Keep your scene 1 and scene 5 because you can use those. But now you're ready to start If You Give a Mouse a Cookie. One of the first things I would do is I would go in and get rid of the original images because you deleted that already. And I would create a function for your mouse. Equals function. And then what you can do is you can come in here and you can set up your code for your mouse and draw it so that every time you need your mouse, that looks pretty good, you can just call it. And I'm going to take this and put it right in the middle right now. 50 by 40. You notice, even though I drew the circle, I can't see anything yet. So what I'm going to do is come down here. And I'm going to call my function, which is called draw mouse. And then it's going to start drawing what I'm putting in there. Now at this point, I still can't see it because I drew my mouse down here and my scenes have backgrounds in them. So I'm going to go ahead and take this and move it up here. And now I can see that circle. So now I'm going to come over here and I'm going to make it a little bit bigger and a little bit wider. Then I'm going to do 2 more of these. Copy, paste, paste. And I'm going to adjust these and move it up a little bit and move it over a little bit. So I've got mouse ears. And then the other one, I'm going to move it over a little. I'm going to make it the same size. So that's 59. And let's move it up. Now, if you remember, it works top to bottom, back to front. So I'm going to take the head ellipse and I'm going to put it down here in front. Now I want to go ahead and, whoops, where'd you go? There we go. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put a couple of eyes on them. So I'm going to do 2 more small ellipses. Need to fill in white. Then, oh, I don't know. Let's take a look. My head is right in the middle. 10 by 15. There we go. Move it over a little bit. Move it up a little bit. And I'm going to go ahead and copy that. Paste it in. And slide it over. And now I need to get pupils in there. So I'm going to just take both of those and copy them. Fill in, that's black, down to the bottom corner. Paste those in and make them 5 by 5. Whoa, there we go. And 5 by 5. So now I've got my mouse started. Anytime I want to draw my mouse, all I have to do is call the draw function. So right now, he's only drawn in that first scene. If I were to come down here, because remember, we've got the click set up, he's not in the next scene. All I would have to do to get him in this scene would be to come up here, and then he would be in that scene as well. Now, obviously, my mouse isn't completely done, but it gives me a start so that I can use that function in all of my scenes instead of having to draw all those lines of codes individually every time I want to draw my mouse. Another thing that you can do is you can comment out your code. So I put 2 slashes and put my mouse. That way I know everything after that is my mouse. And then reading the function name, I can see that this is scene 1 and so on and so forth. But when I come back up here, I don't know what the different pieces are. So I'm going to come over here and look. That's an ear. So I'm going to comment out that code and put ear. This one is an ear too. This one is the head. Eye, and the pupil. So now I know what each individual piece is. So if I need to fix something, I can go right to that line instead of having to guess and figure out which one is which. This is a really good way for you to set your code up and make your life a lot easier so that as you draw each scene, you just have to draw the cookie or the milk or the broom or whatever small details go in with that scene, as well as adding the text to it. That should make it a lot easier and let you get done with it a lot faster.